everyone, friendly neighborhood Ordo Crimson here. Now, I'm here to discuss Tears of Poseidon. It's an OCT, or Original Character Tournament, created by Ikazu129 and hosted by the Crimson Den, as well as DeviantArt. Anyway, what's basically happening is we have 8 contestants, each with their original character designs, which they may have in like a story that they've made or something like that. We have Q250, who is bringing Corvand to the scene. I probably butchered that name. An interesting little scientist guy. Well, the bios, you could look up the bios on the Crimson Den website. I'll post a link in the description, or in an no, can't do that with an annotation. I'll post a link in the description. We have Kunadi Noah submitting Kunadi Noah. How about that? We have Birth321 with the submission of Cody. We have Salmonator13 with the submission of Grillis. We have myself, Oro Crimson, with the submission of Daytrick Thridewolf. We have Ike Retzum with the submission of Ike Retzum. Ike and Kunadi are really creative. And then we have Ikazu129 with the entry of Vero. And then we have Austin. Really no internet name. With the entry of Stephen Pulse. And what happens is, there's certain rounds, like the tournament takes place on a floating city, like a technological floating city, but it's all run down. None of the technology really works or anything, but it's floating not in the air, but in the ocean. Hence the name Tears of Poseidon. It also has something a little bit more to do with the story. I'm not entirely certain on it because this is Ikazu129's story here, but the events of this somewhat lead up to and lead back to the events of War of Legends, which is going to be an OCA, Original Character Adventure, which will be something I've created and also hosted on the Crimson Den after the fact. Now, it's held in multiple rounds, and the winner, the character who wins, is supposed to get their heart's true desire from this crystal-like object. I'm kind of fuzzy on all this, but the character who wins is the same as the contestant who wins, like the writer or whatever. What happens is we each write a fight. Like, there's multiple rounds. So say the first round was Steven versus Cody. Austin and Birth321, the authors of Steven and Cody, would write a fight between the two, separately, of their character winning. Then, the two people who find, like, there'll be a vote. Everyone votes. And whichever gets the most votes, whatever is considered the most interesting of the two stories, due to online votes, wins the match and goes on to the next set of matches. For Steven versus Cody, unfortunately, Birth321 forfeited, so Austin won that one right off the bat. But we now have another one, Ike versus Vero, which is our very own Ikazu123 and our very own Ike Retzum going at it. And neither one forfeited, and their submissions are actually live. And so I'm going to be uploading videos based on that, in which I'll explain how the voting system works. To give you a short rundown of it, there'll be a video for Ike's submission, there'll be a video for Ikazu's submission, and then you go and you hit the like button on whatever video that you vote on. Dislikes are not counted. Please only vote one. Don't vote both stories. And I think that's about it when it comes to Tears of Poseidon for this intro video. More will be coming soon, based on the Stephen and Cody battle, and then the Ike and Vero battle. And then as time goes on, there will be more for Daytrick versus Corvand, and Kunadi versus Grillis. Thank you guys for checking it out, and please do stay tuned so you can vote. And do not vote for me just because it's me, even though I'm that awesome. It's pretty cool and all, but just keep your votes fair and unbiased. Alright, Oro Crimson, signing out.